and another one. Let's just get into it.
There's a trend now among the mentally deranged woke extremists. Wait for this one. That if your baby touches you, you being the mother, without permission, I'll read that again. If your baby touches you, the mother, without permission, then you, the mother, are being assaulted by the baby. And this madness, I'll give you an example in a sec, is all about the destruction of parenthood that I've been talking about for decades, that was the plan, and to break the bond between the mother and the child, because the idea is that the child is going to be not only brought up by the state, but actually produced by the state technologically in the end, in the way described by Aldous Huxley in Brave New World.
Great book.
So it's not enough to decide that a child is transgender at the earliest of ages and then get them mutilated and chemically castrated. Now, babies among these completely insane, bonkers people can't touch their mothers without permission. And of course, there are deeply sick mothers of the wokery that are quite willing to go along with this. But the reason for it is being generated by absolute, undiluted evil. And this is the dynamic. You've got the wokers who are in a mental state of complete subordination to the state, the institutions, their programming, and behind it, generating it, you've got people who are sick and insane, yes, but not stupid. They know what they're doing. Have a look at this mother and her baby.
What? You may not touch my belly button. That's my body, and I don't want you to touch it that way. Yeah, you may touch your own belly button, but I do not want my belly button to be touched. Okay?
No.
Yes, I am in charge of my body, and you are in charge of your body. And right now, I don't want my body to be touched on my belly button. Yeah, okay? So you can touch your belly button, because that's your body, but I don't want my body to be touched right now. Yes, okay?
Every time you think you've seen it all, and it can't get any more extreme, stupid, mad, insane, bonkers, it does.
All right, coming in hot with David Icke. Crazy. Your babies have to ask you for consent now to touch your belly button, to smack you in the face. I can't think of anything more weird than telling your baby that can't talk, do not touch my belly button. This is my body, not yours. Crazy world.
So, now as your soul is transcending this planet, nigga, most souls look into the light. It's the only light they see. You know what I'm saying? And they taught you in religion to go into the light your whole life. So if you was a true believer and had faith in any religion, right, you gonna hold that in your soul, nigga. So when you see that light, nigga, you like, oh, that's heaven. You gonna float into that motherfucker, nigga. And they gonna, got him, snatch your ass up, bring you in, put you in a little container like this with dark matter energy bolts around it to restrict your dark matter energy from leaving it. And then they take your soul and they bleach it of all its memories. And then they redirect it back down to this planet again, because they know that once they come down here, you're going to step into a new avatar. All right? When women are pregnant, there is no life form in it. There's no life force. No soul is in that body until the water break. There's no soul in the body of that baby until the water break. When you pregnant and the baby, you think the baby moving, ain't the baby moving. Remember, you full of water. So any object underwater that's moving around is knocking against something, it's gonna float and bang against shit. And these scientists didn't want to tell you the truth about you, nigga. They hid us from us because we the grand creators. So they got you thinking the whole time the baby is no. The soul, listen, the baby can't stay in you once the soul enter that body. That's why your water break. Got it? Soon as that soul, that whole 9 months, your avatar is being used to grow the avatar of that new soul. Your avatar, all right, is being used, and his semen is being used to create a new avatar. You're preparing a new avatar for a new soul to drive in to ride in while it's in this realm, this reality. All right? Because you can't walk in this reality with your astral body. It's rules to the universe, nigga. As above, so below. It's laws to every realm in reality. Just like you can't take this body into the physical realm. You got to take your astral body. All right?
So what is he talking about? The demiurge? Who's they? Who bleaches your memories? Who is that? Is that God? The demiurge? Some other higher being that controls the simulation, bringing you down into the avatar world? I don't mind the idea of reincarnation. Why not come back? Life isn't that bad. I've heard people say that this realm, this dimension is one of the lowest, the most least important. But if you think about it fractally, the higher dimensions are just as important as this dimension. So what we do here, what we do now, is just as important as what we do anywhere else. So what does it matter what realm we're in? Go into the light, don't go into the light. I'm pretty sure I'm just going to go into blackness, though. Just into the dark.
Truth about aliens. These are currently all the alien species that are living on this planet. And for the people that are like, nah bro, aliens don't exist bro, no way. Aliens cannot live on this planet bro, only we're here bro, how come we don't see none of these aliens? Bro, you are deeply brainwashed and you're lost, my friend, if you think that we're the only people that are living here. And for the people that are melanated beings, meaning Africans, Mexicans, and natives, you are Anunnaki gods. If you have melanin in your skin, you are an Anunnaki god. And most of y'all don't know most of these aliens that are up here on the screen, but I know most of y'all are aware of the Zeta Gray and the reptilians. And I'm going to talk about them since that's the most that people know about. But before I get into those two alien species, let's talk about the Anunnaki gods. So if you don't already know, bro, it's already scientifically proven, bro, that we've been here longer than the earth. And the sad truth is that melanated beings are Anunnaki gods, and people, they are not. They're also aliens, but they are not from this planet, and we are not one. So if you hear the spiritual people talking about whites and blacks are all one and we're all connected, they're telling you bullshit and they're lying to you. We are not one and we never will be. And Martin Luther King is the perfect example of that. He literally tried to transcend with y'all, evolve with y'all, and what happened? He got killed. And before he died, he said, I have made a mistake. Malcolm X was trying to tell him, but he was being fucking hard-headed, and he was also a Freemason. We must understand that we will never be one, and we will never be connected if we don't even know where we come from. How can we be connected when we're not from the same fucking place, bro? That doesn't make any sense. But like I was saying, bro, it's literally scientifically proven that we've been here longer than the earth. It's scientifically proven that us Anunnaki gods have been here for 9 billions of years, and the earth has only been here for 4 billion. Like, come on now. Clearly that means that we come from another planet, which we do, and this is our second planet, bro. Rashad Jamal talks about this too. He gets even deep about why we created this planet and all that shit. So go check him out. And reptilians are definitely real, and there's been many sightings of them, including celebrities. Alright, but now let's talk about reptilians. They are definitely real, bro. They are shapeshifters, meaning that they can transform into anything. They can transform into humans or whatever they want. They just gotta change their frequency and vibration to it. I know people in my personal life that have seen reptilians that were literally humans. They shapeshifted into a reptilian and they leave their human suit. There was once even an occasion where hundreds and hundreds of people claimed that they seen Justin Bieber turn into a reptilian, but that's for a different video. Not just that Bieber incident, but there's been many incidents where they've seen their eyes change, literally shapeshift, and their pupils change. On live TV with many celebrities, and I can name so many, but that's for a part 2. Coming for a part 2 if you want me to get deep about talking about aliens. Ashe.
Was this guy trying to start a race war? I don't know. I don't know what's going on. But Anunnaki gods, I'm pretty sure, going back to the Sumerian tablets, that there is good and bad Anunnaki. So what does that mean for the melanated people? And scientifically proven that the Anunnaki gods have been around for 9 billions of years. I'd like to see that scientific journal. If anyone could, link that down in the comments, a scientific journal that proves that the Anunnaki gods have been here, have been alive for 9 billions of years. But that being said, what happens if you're mixed race? Like, I'm Mexican and white. Am I like the tainted souls here? The Anunnaki gods came down, mixed with something else, and I'm an abomination? I'm fine with that. I'll be an abomination.
This is why understanding you don't exist and nothing is real makes you God. Time is not real. Let's break down the mental and physical aspects of it. Time, past, present, and future, they are all properties of consciousness. With the past being recollection, the future being anticipation, and now being the present moment. Time is the movement of your thoughts. There's no such thing as a universal clock. This scene in the movie Interstellar shows us how time dilation works. They landed on a planet where the gravitational pull was so strong that every hour they spent there was equivalent to 7 years on Earth. These are photons. This is light. The holographic matrix is inside a light. The eyes absorb it, and the mind projects the world. If light could be a person, any clock you looked at would never move. Light does not experience time. I'm not trying to scare you. I'm trying to wake you up. Reality is an illusion. This shit is all a dream. Using the interpretation of quantum physics, all matter in the universe is made of atoms. These atoms are made of 99.9999999% empty space. So with that being a fact, you have to question why reality feels so solid. This is because of the basic law of electrostatics. It's this repulsive magnetic force that makes reality feel real and stops your body from collapsing in on itself. And the atoms are made of energy that behave as particles and waves, meaning that particle me is here now, but the wave version of me doesn't exist as a localized point in space and time. The particles and energy that make up my body exist everywhere in a state of infinite potential. The dust I was before humans and Earth existed, me right now and every other stage of my life, and the pure energy I'm going to turn back into. It exists across the universe as possibility until I open my eyes and turn it into this observable situation, this moment. Let's get on some Matrix shit. This is video game coding. This is information. This is a bunch of shit you don't understand. That's reality, a bunch of energy, information, and potential. Shit we can't understand. We can still play the game because even though this is the game, this is what we see, understand, and operate in. You are the entire universe, but at the same time, the entire universe creates your mind. And it's your mind that you view the universe through. And because you're viewing it through your mind and not as it actually is, you're dreaming. This is an illusion, right? This is the true reality. Emptiness. Your mind creates space and time. Reality is energy, information, possibility, potential. It's not a solid physical thing. Everything, all of us are connected. Everything is one big giant consciousness, an infinite mind. I'm this eyeball, you're that eyeball. We're all just little pieces of it. But the entirety of it is you. You just don't know that. None of the words I'm using to talk to you right now actually mean anything. These are random vibrations that you're assigning concepts and labels to understand me. What I'm trying to say is our existence is a trip, and your faith in God doesn't have to be rooted in mythology, and you don't have to have blind faith in some deity outside of you. Through understanding science and psychology, you can dismantle your entire perception of reality and see what's left there when you do that. You are pure consciousness. You are everything in the form of you. Once you do that, you can finally detach from life and detach from yourself. That's the recipe. Once you transcend, all of the power is yours. I'm going to show you how to use it.
I like that guy. He's using science. I believe in most of what he says here. I like his use of Alex Gray's art and using it to explain his concepts. He's one of my favorite artists. It's good stuff. So what is he explaining? That there's a solapism idea? Like he's the only mind that exists. There's an infinite consciousness. We're all experiencing ourselves and each other, separated by ego. What's the experience for, though? Let me know that. What's the experience for?
That's the true reason you even have a period, what you're calling a menstrual period, which is why I told you to look up the etymology of menstrual, and it relates directly to what? Moon. All right? You get what I'm saying? We back. Let's back up in here. Let's look at the etymology of menstruation. What is the etymology of menstrual? The word menstruation is etymologically related to moon. The term menstruation and menses are derived from the Latin mensis, month, which in turn relates to the Greek mene, moon, and to the roots of the English words month and moon. Come on, man. Come on, man. This is what I was sent here to do. This is what I was sent here to do. I don't need Harvard or Yale or none of them bitch-ass reptilian schools of higher intelligence to validate me. You hear me?
So he Googled menstruation and the etymology of the word, going back to month and moon. And that's what he's put on earth to do, to Google shit. Me too, man.
Dogs are not natural. Where at on God's green earth do something like this got a place in nature? Or some shit like this. Do this look like predator or prey to you? If humans disappeared today,
Looks
how
pretty
would
cute.
something like this survive in nature? That would lead me to believe that they genetically modified. Talking about man's best friend, that's man's only friend shit. Trust me, if them boy came across something like this, which is a real wolf, where probably all dogs came from, the wolf would eat it like it's nothing, a little snack or something. Who the fuck created this shit?
Yeah, so dogs are genetically modified, kinda. Selective breeding in the caveman days, in the days of our ancestors. Wolves, big cats. They say they might have domesticated themselves because we would give them food. They would become more submissive, wanting to come closer to us, get more food, easy life. And that's why you get these weird dogs. Selective breeding to make weird, cute little things that we pet and we love.
Your hair is even shaped different from theirs. This is your hair, shaped like the galaxies. Their hair is divided like a kidney. Your hair is shaped differently. You absorb more sound in your ear because you have melanin. You see more color in the color because you have melanin in your eyes. We call it ices or iris. When you see their eyes, you see the veins in back of their eyes, which make their eyes seem blue or gray. Those are veins you're looking at. You have actual irises. It's not a matter of under the skin we're all the same. That's a lie. Your blood crystallizes differently. You have more minerals in your bones. The nerves have melanin in it, so you transmit nerve messages faster and store more information. Your nerves are different. Your bone is different. Your hair is different. Whoever told you under the skin we're all the same, they told you a lie. And that's not the first lie they told you either. And you know that. It's probably about the 1,000th one, really. I don't keep track of them anymore. You know, they said that A-Trap Brown killed somebody. That's a lie. I mean, I don't want to get into all that, but you know what I'm talking about. They told you a lie when you were born. They said it's your birthday. You didn't birth yourself. You crazy? Your mother birthed you. It's your Earth Day. Your mother's birthday. She birthed.
So some of these videos, kind of scary, like that one. We're not all the same. Under our skin. Pull back the face. Pull back the flesh and the bone and the blood. Our brain, our consciousness. Are we the same back there? All the way back? Out of ego, out of this reality? Are we the same there? I don't know. But what's going on?
See, the key to eating a black and white cookie, Elaine, is you want to get some black and some white in each bite. Nothing mixes better than vanilla and chocolate. And yet still somehow racial harmony eludes us. If people would only look to the cookie, all our problems would be solved.
Oh, your views on race relations are just fascinating. You really should do an op-ed piece for the Times.
Look to the cookie, Elaine. Look to the cookie.
I think we need to get a little more lighthearted here.
When is a deer not a deer? My name is Jeremiah from Bigfoot Society, and I share legends, lore, cryptids, and more. Have you ever seen something in the woods that looks like a deer, but there's just something off about it? Meet the not deer, a creature that looks like a deer from afar off, but once you get close,
Looks like the
it's something
Photoshop
else
of a wolf face on a deer.
Its movements are clumsy, and its limbs unnaturally long with a barrel-like chest. Unlike a deer, it has eyes in the front like a predator, and that makes it all the more unsettling. These creatures aren't afraid of humans and will approach them with an intelligence that's unsettling.
That looks
Reports
like a
have
deer.
included the not deer walking on hind legs and also chasing people up trees.
That's a
Some
weird one.
skeptics believe that perhaps it could be chronic wasting disease, which I'm not going to show here as it gets pretty unsettling. You can look that up yourself. I'd be curious to know what your thoughts on the not deer are. A misidentified cryptid or something else entirely.
Have any of you ever seen a not deer? I haven't. Maybe one day.
Going out here by myself. Weird stuff out here. I've been hearing weird stuff out here, so. Yep. Yep, there it is. Time to go. Time to go. Time to go. Time to go.
It's pretty creepy. Probably a dying animal, mating animal. Pretty creepy though.
Ooh.
That dude might have broke his neck on that jump. Would that kill a deer? Broke a neck like that?
This is actually the most terrifying video I could find on the dark web. A group of friends were walking in the forest when suddenly they heard a noise above their heads, and as they looked, this is what they stumbled upon. The ending will surprise you.
Ay, ¿qué le está pasando? Lo está manejando, lo está manejando. Está rezando Junior. Este no es Munra. Este no es Misael. Lisa. Este no es Lisa.
I don't know about a leprechaun, but that dude looks like a crackhead to me.
Could be a crackhead that got hold to the wrong stuff.
So this frickin' thing, it's staring at me. It followed me home from the gifting rock. It's about 1 o'clock in the morning right now. I think I don't know what to do. But it followed me home and it is absolutely staring at me right now. Oh. All right.
So let's have a talk about something, guys. Skinwalkers, if you're cold, they're cold. Just bring them inside. Just let them in. They're cold too, guys. They're cold too.
The Catman showed up last night while I was on live stream. There was about 1,000 people in the live, and they all experienced what I experienced.
I think I thought I heard it, but I don't think so, because I haven't heard it again.
I don't hear nothing. hear nothing. But if there's a cat outside, there's probably a cat outside.
So for those of you who keep asking me why I didn't go out and take a picture of it, would you go out and take a picture of it or put yourself in danger for social media? I'm not doing that. In fact, I ended up ending the live and running up into my bedroom because I was so scared. I have ordered cameras. They're just not here yet. I had cameras and I thought that they would be sufficient, and they're not. So I'm figuring the camera situation out right now. And then I think I'm going to have them on a 24-hour loop on my YouTube. And then if I get anything, I'll post it on social media. But that way, y'all will be able to see it. But yeah, this is a really terrifying and messed up situation. And it's not a good time. So, yeah.
So I'm not going to believe in Catman till I see Catman. And I would risk my life for science, not for social media, for science. I didn't hear him. I need to see him. I'm sure he's out there, but I'm going to keep following that. Maybe she'll get something on the cameras. We'll see.
Last night I told you guys about the strange cat man I saw in my backyard. If you're new here, I am not joking. I saw a cat man in my backyard. Like a 6-foot man with a cat head as a face. For background, I do live at the foot of the Appalachian Mountains. And my house is on really creepy land. It's been creepy here since I moved in 3 years ago. And for further background, I am a witch. I am a practicing witch for 15 years. I do things. I'm also clairvoyant, so I see ghosts. So it takes a lot to freak me the fuck out. Last night, I went to go let my dog out into the backyard, and my backyard is the woods. And I looked up, and there was a cat man standing there, staring at me, and I felt the worst I've probably ever felt. My dog refused to go outside, and he cried as I shut the door and whimpered like something's not right. You might not trust me, but you should trust that guy right there, because he's a good guy. I came back inside, I made a TikTok video about it, but then otherwise ignored it, got back to work. Until I heard tapping at my back door. My house is messy, but whatever. You can literally just straight see into my house too. Like, you can just see in. Kept trying to ignore it, but like I said, I'm a witch. I have warding up all around my property, all around my house. And one of my wards fell and broke. And then I started hearing whispering. I ignored it because that's what everybody said to do. Ignore it, don't acknowledge it. And I will continue to ignore and acknowledge anything that happens, and I will continue to update you on what's going on. But if anybody knows what the fuck is going on, I would love it if you would let me know, because what the hell. And as a witch, I am definitely going to go #1 into some jars and pour it around my property to further protect myself, because that would typically protect you from any animals. So I imagine that might work too. Maybe?
So I don't think your magic's working that great. If this guy's coming around, you know. I haven't seen a demon since 2009. One hasn't come around me since 2009.
I am vomit-free since 93.
But I don't know what that is. That thing's creepy. Creepy little dog, bird, dude. It's not 6 feet tall. But we're getting closer. Closer to this Catman mystery. I'd like to see more.
They covered up the evidence. Y'all see the tunnels? The inside tunnel. I know. What did they do with all that? Yeah.
So they're getting rid of the tunnels? I didn't know they used them yet, but we're getting rid of the tunnels? Okay. News to me. So what am I supposed to be seeing here? She's just creepy. I don't see it. The fingers. She just moves them weird. I don't know. Good.
Theories that were proven real. China dinosaur theory. According to this theory, China found an island that is full with dinosaurs. A woman that was for vacation in China reportedly saw it on the news itself. They said that it was an expedition of 15 people to an uncharted island. And they were found multiple new dinosaur species.
That was proven real? They found Kong Island?
Look at her eyes,
that he's guilty?
No.
So you don't think he did it?
I don't think he did it.
And you said in all the time that you've known him that you never saw any erratic behavior, you have no evidence of any erratic behavior, you have nothing that would indicate that he would be capable of doing something like this, would have any motivation to do something like this.
Exactly.
You do know...
Pretty weird. Could be the camera angle on those eyes. Cat eyes, reptilian eyes. Is he a reptilian? Oh no. Let me know down in the comments. Is Dr. Phil a reptilian? I haven't looked into it.
Everything seems pretty normal up until this point. You'll see some pictures here in a moment, but then about here, things get a little strange. So now we're going to go through a series of pictures where you see the little girl have a range of emotions, and then right about here she sees something wrong as he pulls away. What does she see? Well, we're all about to see it for ourselves as he stands up and looks at the camera right here. What's weird is somehow the guy holding the microphone misses this part, but here very soon he's going to notice something that is amiss. I think that'll be right about here. And he looks a little... I think that'll be right about here. And he looks a little disturbed. After seeing this, he quickly walks away, and then acts like nothing ever happened. Look at his face. Yikes. You also see a couple of Elvis's men seeing everything as it happens. One of them steps in front of the camera. The other man goes directly for the eye that was just melting. Here we go again, in real time. See Elvis's guy step in front of the camera right here. Then the other guy goes right for the eye.
Old footage. Does weird things. He's a pretty weird reptilian though. The eyes got bigger. Really big fat eyes on this Elvis guy. He would be a reptilian though. Probably. Why not? Or an insectoid. He's probably an insectoid with the big eyes.
This is why black men need to stop cosplaying as black women. If you don't know, the comedian Terry Reloaded, he's been going on a rant because he's sick of people assuming he's gay because of how well he plays his character. But this is why I always have to say you have to be careful how the general public gets to know you, because they're just not going to know when you're playing the character, when you're playing yourself. A lot of time as black men, whether you're gay or straight, you don't think your humor will vibe well as yourself. So the next best alternative is just to cheat code your way to the top. The best way to do that sometimes is cosplay as the worst stereotype of a black woman. Now you can put some of that blame on the character in the general public, but I know after a while that gets drained, especially if you're not a feminine man. Regardless if you're gay or straight, if you're just not a man who's into the feminine aesthetic, then that's gonna get tiring. Every time you have to go to work or entertain people, you have to put on full lace, full makeup, full face. And I remember seeing some of them say they get sick of always trying to stay in that character. It's more depth to them, but unfortunately the general public, they're just not going to receive that. I remember I was having a real conversation with a friend about this. This is a long time ago when I was making skits at my little college dorm. Some people was like, you should develop a character like TT and them. I was like, I just don't think I feel comfortable doing it because that's just not me, and I don't want to make it feel like I'm making a mockery. So I would use like a towel, a pillow sheet here and there. That didn't feel comfortable either because I didn't want to make a mockery. My friends asked me, he was like, well, can you make your humor as you? Can you still make people laugh as Malik and not a gimmick? Or at the end of the day, you won't feel drained. I was like, you got a point. Ever since that conversation in 2017, all you ever see was me. When I'm talking, trying to be funny, relaying my personality, you see Malik because that's the best way I can present myself. And if you vibe with, you vibe, but if you don't, you don't. Sometimes, unfortunately, people do extremes to get a laugh and it becomes bigger than themselves. But everything has a price. You always pay for it. And then it also goes into talking points. If a woman acts like a woman, it's cricket. But if a man acts like an ignorant woman, it's praise. It becomes problematic.
You know, things got crazy again. But Big Mama's House, White Chicks, so funny. And Medea, Tyler Perry, those are some deep movies. Should check them out sometime. That's it. That's all I could do for now. Come back next time.